John Cooper, would you like to say a few words about yourself, please?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, as you know, I'm John Cooper from BAR Technologies. Very pleased to be leading one of the most innovative simulation-led businesses, I believe, in the marine industry and indeed any industry. I've been working with BAR Technologies for now nearly 4 years, so finally got my feet in this great industry, the maritime business. And of course, you know, we're here to talk about windwings, which is a massive passion of mine, but we do have some other fields of business. We have an electric foiler which is doing really well. We have a crew transfer vessel. So we're very busy in the wider marine industry, but of course we're here to talk about windwings today.
BAR Technologies are about to launch the first vessel with windwings aboard. What are your expectations for the launch?
Well, we're getting very close to launch now, so now it's business time. BAR have been designing these windwings now for 3 years. Of course, we got involved in the Czech partnership with you guys and lots of really strong partners 2.5 years ago. But now it's the business end. We're now 2 months away from launch in Shanghai aboard the Pyxis Ocean, owned by Mitsubishi Shipping and chartered by Cargill. So there's 2 more really strong partners. And now the enthusiasm is really bubbling up, both in terms of the media expectations. Cargill's a massive company. They've got great employee engagement. So, you know, as I say, everything's coming up to a fervour of wondering what's going to happen. We know what's going to happen. We know that this technology is very strong. We know it's saving circa 1.5 tonnes of heavy fuel oil per day per windwing on the average worldwide route. So, you know, we're anxious to prove that. We're anxious to get the data off the ship, and we're anxious to actually publicise that. And of course, we're duty bound to disseminate that information under the Czech project. So we're only too happy to be doing that.
Can you see a mindset change in the maritime industry regarding the introduction of decarbonisation technologies?
Yeah, I think we're actually quite lucky with the timing of the Czech project. There is a big shift. You know, there is lots of macro factors that are in play here. You know, fuel prices go up. Our children in particular are really pushing. You know, I believe that they're a macro factor in themselves. You know, the next generation is making sure that we look after this world, and therefore they're pushing the projects that save CO2 and reduce CO2 and making the marine industry and lots of other industries cleaner. So there are lots of macro factors. We could talk about carbon tax. We can talk about lots of different things. And all of those together are changing the industry and how stakeholders react to us. You know, I think a good example of that, Alessandro, is the ports. You know, a couple of years ago when I was saying, will you accept a vessel with windwings on it into the port? And we actually got quite a lot of blank faces rather than, you know, welcoming positive news. And I have that same conversation now. And the ports are now influenced by charterers. Cargill have done a great job on this. And they're influenced by the world at large. And now they're saying, yes, fantastic, we'd love to have a hero ship like the Pyxis Ocean with its windwings in our port. You know, let's have a party together, bring it on. So, you know, definitely things are changing.
Brilliant. So you've followed this project, or you've raised this project from the cradle. Reflecting on the journey, what has been the biggest obstacle in the way of getting the windwings waterborne?
Well, I think you probably overplay my role in this. I've just been the helm of a great team, to be honest. You know, BAR and the rest of the partners have done such a tremendous job to get these first windwings to where they are today. You know, there has been an incredible amount of obstacles, and you know, if I could use this opportunity to thank, you know, quite a lot, you know, starting with my team actually at BAR, you know, the simulation, the design expertise, the load cases, the long hours, the sweat, the tears, the no blood, but there's been lots of sweat that have gone into this project to get it to where we are today. Of course, we needed an engineering and industrialization partner to really bring these physical windwings to the boat. That's too big for a company like BAR Technologies. So Yara Marine are also in the Czech partnership, and they've done a great job. Those engineers are out in Shanghai now making sure those wings come together really, really well. But there's lots of other partners to thank. You know, Cargill have played an enormous role. You know, there is 5 or 6 guys and ladies in the ocean transportation department, led by Jan Dieleman, and their sole focus is the decarbonisation of the vessels that Cargill use, and they were instrumental in bringing this consortia together. They led the Hazid meetings that we had with DMV, and Shell and Maersk joined in those, so big thanks to those guys. So, you know, I think that we've had a really big push from lots of big companies. It's not just been about Bartek, that's for sure. You know, we've had so many great partners helping us, assisting us, pushing us, driving us, and we all come to this together. So, you know, great news all round.
And you mentioned the hero ship. Now we've got a name for it. It's the Pyxis Ocean. How do you see this technology actually being replicated in the wider maritime industry around the world?
Yeah, you're right to call it a hero vessel. You know, I think that it will be the most photographed vessel in 2023. We do have another vessel right behind it, but that Pyxis Ocean is our first installation. It will always be our first installation. I know Cargill and Mitsubishi Shipping are keen to get it straight into the high seas, so we'll have a very short sea trial period, and then it will go into action like any other bulk carrier, and of course it's got to do that, and we'll be busy disseminating the information from it. And then Cargill have 600 ocean-going vessels. It's their pledge to the world to decarbonise those, so we'll be working with them to put some other wings on some of their other vessels. Mitsubishi Shipping the same. Some of those run with Cargill, but of course they have other customers. We have a second vessel called the Berger Olympus, owned by Berge Bulk, and they will be actually rolling that out to other vessels. But we have a really big pipeline. You know, we've been lucky enough to be approached by some of the world's biggest ship owners, some of the world's biggest charterers of tankers and bulk carriers, and they're all waiting, just like we are, for those first results. We've developed this wing, so we know how good it's going to be. But of course, you know, everybody knows that there is a certain amount of conservatism in the shipping industry, and lots of people want the second and the third vessel. And when they see the results of the first vessel, that third vessel is going to be very easy. So, looking forward to it.
What's the best thing about the wind wings, in your opinion?
I think it's the fuel savings, isn't it? You know, visually they're unbelievable. I can't wait to actually see that vessel come over the horizon, and I think I said to you, there's no way I'm going to Shanghai without a selfie on the deck. So visually they're stunning, but it's all about the fuel saving. You know, that 1.5 tons of fuel saved per day per wind wing. If it's heavy fuel oil, that's 4.65 tons of CO2 per day. So that Pyxis Ocean, we're expecting 9 tons of CO2 saving. That's 1 European per year, you know, just by that ship every day. So that's super exciting, and that's what it's all about. You know, it's actually changing the dynamic in the maritime industry to look after our planet. So we're really proud to be part of that.
Thank you very much, John Cooper, for being with us today at the World Maritime University as part of the Czech project. Thank you.